Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, we're going to go through where the top 15 free agents will sign in the NBA. So this is an article by Michael DeRosa right here. Pretty much, I'm going to go through each one of these, people right here, these players, and see, if I agree with the decision that Michael thinks they will go to, or if I think they should go somewhere else, or just stay with their original team. If you guys could do me a quick favor and drop a like on this video, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, it really does help to support the channel. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Early look, top 15 impending NBA free agents and where they will sign this NBA offseason. So the first one we have is Marcus Smart to the Los Angeles Clippers. So first and foremost, I really don't like this signing at all, just because I feel like Marcus Smart, for the amount of money that he's probably going to want to get out there, it's not really a smart move for the Clippers, because Marcus Smart is I don't want to say he's a role player. I do feel like he's like one step above that. But that's exactly what the Clippers team is. It's just a team full of guys that are like really good players, but not guys that are going to help win you an NBA championship or bring you an NBA championship without that superstar all-star caliber player out there. So yeah, not to mention like their best player as of right now or last season, Lou Williams, plays the shooting guard position. I will say, I do think that Marcus Smart is probably going to go back to the Boston Celtics. I know there's been a lot of rumors saying that Danny Ainge actually wants to bring back him and Terry Rozier, and I feel like that's a good team for him, man. Like, he can be the sixth man on that squad, and, just go out there and help that team contend next NBA season. It really does come down to the amount of money he is going to want, though. But yeah, I know personally speaking, I'm not a huge Marcus Smart fan, just because, being able to shoot only 30% from three, and sometimes takes unwarranted jump shots out there. I feel like if he was really to develop his basketball IQ, work on his three ball, he could be one of the better shooting guards in the NBA, but right now I'm not quite seeing it. So yeah, man, Clippers, spend your money elsewhere, and Marcus Smart not really the choice for you guys out there if you were to ask me. Okay, next up we have Carmelo Anthony to the Houston Rockets. This one I totally disagree with, from the sense that there is no way in hell Carmelo Anthony is going to decline that, what is it, like $28 million player option this season. Not to mention after this season, playing for the OKC Thunder, if he's able to come back and put up some pretty solid stats out there, he's going to try to get another bitch-ass contract out there, right? So as far as him signing with the Houston Rockets, that's not going to happen. Now, if he gets for a feel for the market out there and the Rockets are like, yo, we will match what the OKC Thunder give you, okay, I could see that happening. But I mean, why would the Houston Rockets waste their money? For one, they need to re-sign Chris Paul, who's already said that he wants a max contract. So there goes that idea right there, right? Also, Clint Capella is a restricted free agent. We have no idea what type of contracts other teams are going to throw at him that the Houston Rockets need to match. So I really think that the Houston Rockets are just going to stay away from Melo. Now, if there was some sort of sign trade like Ryan Anderson and a future first round draft pick or somebody like that in exchange for Melo for the OKC Thunder, I can see that trade going down. But as far as signing with them, not going to happen. Next up, we have Isaiah Thomas to the Chicago Bulls. Okay, so I've kind of heard about this in the past right here. I don't feel like this is a great fit for them out there, man. Yes, he would be a big-time scorer because the Chicago Bulls, they were not great last NBA season. So it's yeah, it would allow Isaiah Thomas to really go out there and play for a contract going forward. But, I do like Chris Dunn on this team. I like Lauri Markkanen out there. I just feel like this team needs to kind of keep on continuing with the process of, building via the draft. Isaiah Thomas, 5'9", injury prone now as a player, kind of a bit of a drama king out there too. So it's I don't know. I feel like he needs to go to a team like, I'm going to sound biased, like the Detroit Pistons or something like that already kind of have more veteran type players out there that he could kind of mesh with. There's also rumors of him maybe going to the Pelicans to team up with DeMarcus Cousins yet again. Not really sure about that fit either. But yeah, man, as far as him going to Chicago Bulls, no, just not a really good fit. Bulls are doing a good thing out there. Chris Dunn had a really good, solid NBA season. He's still very young, so just continue with that and leave Isaiah Thomas to somebody else. Next up, we have Vince Carter to the Toronto Raptors. So this would actually be kind of fun to watch. So we all know Vince Carter, started his career with the Toronto Raptors. It would probably be his last NBA season, but I still feel like he can contribute to that team. I mean, OG Anunoby would, of course, be the starting small forward of that team, but having a veteran like Vince Carter come off your bench, play about 15 minutes per game, he could still bring some nice three-point shooting out there. He would really be a nice fit for the locker room, give that winner's mentality out there. Yeah, VC, come back to the Raptors, retire there, and it will just be fun to watch you, representing the Toronto Raptors yet again. Okay, next up we have Julius Randle to the New York Knicks. I never really thought about him on this team. He actually does pretty solid from the center position. Now, I will say it's do you think he's more of a power forward? You guys let me know that in the comment section below, because all of a sudden you got Kristaps Porzingis at the 4, Julius Randle at the 5. Do you really feel like those guys can coexist? Because, you know, Kristaps could definitely be more of a jump shooting, a big man out there, where Julius Randle could kind of operate under the basket. You know, could beat bigger guys off the dribble at times too. He's been known to do that for the Los Angeles Lakers. So it would be an interesting fit. It depends how much money you would want out there. Do I feel like you'd be like any better than Enes Kanter at this point? You know, I'll take either one, I'll probably say, man. But yeah, Julius Randle to the New York Knicks. I'm willing to see if that would work out there. It's like, why not? Okay, next up we have JJ Redick. Ooh, to the OKC Thunder. Yo, that's a really good fit. Andre Roberson is going to be coming back from injury. He's kind of a bitch-ass shooter, so all of a sudden you get like the worst shooting guard to one of the best shooting guards in the NBA. He's like the perfect player to play with Russell Westbrook. So if you could, man, imagine this being your lineup. Like, if you want to go really small ball, well, no, I don't think that would quite work out. Depends if Paul George comes back or not. But anyway, a lineup of Russell Westbrook, JJ Redick, Paul George. Because Paul George is also one of the better catch and shoot small forwards of the NBA. So yeah, I really actually do like this fit a lot, just from the standpoint of allowing it to once again be the game plan of isolate Russell Westbrook, everybody else staying on the 3-point line. Hey, if you're going to do that on offense, at least have one of the better catch and shoot players out there in JJ Redick on your squad. I like that fit. Next up, we have Trevor Ariza to the Utah Jazz. I don't really see this happening just because they already have a lot of players that are just kind of like Trevor Ariza, and that is 3-and-D players, and Joe Ingles. You have Jay Crowder out there. Thabo Sefolosha is going to be back this NBA season. I don't really think it makes much sense. I do see him, you know, going to a team that needs his services, but not the Utah Jazz. It just doesn't make much sense to me at all. So far, I'm not really digging this list, man. It's like, you know, you kind of have to consider some of the other roster spots out there too, and it doesn't make sense, man. Okay, next up we have DeMarcus Cousins to the Washington Wizards. This is a fit that I have been wanting to see for a while now. I would love to see that Kentucky connection of John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins. See, because a lot of people are talking about trying to split up Bradley Beal and John Wall. I say if you do anything, you probably trade Otto Porter. While he's a good 3-point shooter, if it means being able to afford DeMarcus Cousins, you do that. But even if you can somehow sign DeMarcus and retain John Wall, Bradley Beal, and Otto Porter, all of a sudden with Markieff Morris out there, that's one of the best lineups in the NBA, especially in the Eastern Conference. That is the team, if, you know, barring injury, I would probably say, man, top 1 or 2 seeds in the Eastern Conference next NBA season. I'm all for DeMarcus Cousins, pick and roll game with John Wall out there. Ooh, man, it would be deadly. Let's see it, man. Boogie, go boogie your way to the Washington Wizards. Okay, next up we have Jabari Parker, the Sacramento Kings. Sure, man, it's like, I feel like Jabari Parker is, once again, barring injury, is ready to take that next step and be like an all-star caliber player in the NBA. I feel like sometimes he does get overshadowed by Giannis and even guys like Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton on the Milwaukee Bucks. If all of a sudden he goes to the Kings out there, it'd be a very low-pressure situation. He would go out there. I feel like he could average about 23 points per game, maybe about 8 rebounds, knock down some 3-pointers, be a nice fit alongside De'Aaron Fox. And all of a sudden, you know, he was what, the 2nd pick in the draft, I believe, something like that, back when he was drafted. All of a sudden, the Sacramento Kings, they get a really nice young piece to kind of add to their already young squad out there. It's a nice fit. He wouldn't be making the playoffs on the Kings, but he would definitely be developing his game and, you know, really turn into a leader, an all-star caliber player if he were to go to that team. Okay, next up, we have Tyreke Evans to the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, another case where it's kind of like, I wouldn't really expect the Brooklyn Nets to make the playoffs with Tyreke Evans, but he did average, what, like 19 points, average really high, like 7 assists, 7 rebounds, something like that last NBA season. Really had a breakout season yet again for the Memphis Grizzlies, you know, going back to his younger days when he was a pretty solid NBA player. But yeah, man, definitely one of his better seasons in a long time. I feel like a lineup of, because that's the thing, the team has Spencer Dinwiddie and D'Angelo Russell out there, so you run both those guys in the backcourt and then put Tyreke at the small forward position. Then you got Jarrett Allen at the center position. Then all of a sudden maybe go for a stretch 4 out there. In the Eastern Conference, it's like, you know, now that I do think about it, if all those guys stay healthy, if they're able to, you know, their benches are able to produce, I can see them maybe pulling away at the 8th seed, only because it is the Eastern Conference, but we'll see how that all goes, man. Tyreke Evans to the Brooklyn Nets. If they're willing to spend the money, go for it. Okay, next up we have Derrick Favors to the Phoenix Suns. He was the 3rd pick back when he was drafted. I'm thinking about the Phoenix Suns roster right now. They really have like a little bit of like no inside game at all. They have no inside game. Now, if they were to draft DeAndre Ayton and then run Derrick Favors out there, while DeAndre Ayton's able to knock down like 3-pointers and stuff like that, all of a sudden the inside is open for Derrick Favors to play, which he does kind of dominate for the Utah Jazz. That's kind of the awkward fit with him on the Jazz right now, with him and Rudy Gobert are both more like inside players. So you get him out there with players. You also got Dragon Bender that can play alongside Derrick Favors that time. It might be a nice fit. You know, low risk, high reward fits to work out for them out there. Now, what type of money would I sign him to? you know, based off his production last season, about $10 million a season, I feel like that could be a nice little steal for the Phoenix Suns, who are in desperate need of talent on the inside. So yeah, man, good fit. Next up, we have Avery Bradley back to the Boston Celtics. Now, if Marcus Smart is not re-signed by the Boston Celtics, yes, I agree with this. If he does come back to that team, then it's like, no, you don't get Avery Bradley, because obviously you have a huge logjam at the shooting guard position. But yeah, at this point, I would see Avery Bradley probably coming off the bench. I feel like Jaylen Brown's kind of earned that starting shooting guard spot. So yeah, you go Jaylen Brown as a starting shooting guard, Avery Bradley playing about 25 minutes off the bench, bringing the 3-and-D out there. Also could play in clutch situations. Been an absolute beast on the Boston Celtics, knows the system, knows the coach, everything like that. So yeah, man, come home to the Boston Celtics. Didn't really quite work out on the Detroit Pistons or the Clippers. Okay, next up we have Paul George to the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, so this is assuming he is going to the Lakers, not going to the OKC Thunder. I still, man, I got a little more to say on this, man. You watched some of my other videos. He's going to the Lakers. That's my own thoughts on that. I think it's about a 90% chance with 10% chance of him going back to the OKC Thunder. It's a nice fit. It gives them that that all-star starting caliber player out there that can drop, 20 plus points per game. It gives them that go-to scorer in clutch situations, and he wants to play for him, so it's a great fit. Next up, what the how you bitch ass? Okay, I'm not gonna call you bitch ass, bro, because I don't know who you are personally, but where do you get off that the Detroit Pistons, who lack the only thing they lack, they don't like, is inside players? Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond. What? Andre Drummond gonna run point guard, man? What's going on? Because DeAndre Drummond plays the same position. He's the same exact player as Andre Drummond. Why would this make any sense whatsoever? Like, yo, let me read this real quick, man. What are you saying out here, man? You don't even mention Andre Drummond. How, like, this makes zero sense whatsoever. Please, if you write an article like this, you gotta have some sort of reasoning behind the player he would replace. Because, okay, like maybe if the Pistons were to trade Andre Drummond, why would they do that? No, okay, I can't even make a reasoning out of it. It's not happening. Well, okay, I'm moving on. Next up, we have LeBron James to the Philadelphia 76ers. I think with the whole GM situation with, I forget what his name, like Brian something, I forgot, I don't know how to say his last name. But yeah, with the whole like burner account, it does kind of lessen the chance of him going to the Philadelphia 76ers. But I will say at the same time, the other rumored team has been the Houston Rockets. Now, if they want to sign Chris Paul to a max contract, there's not going to be enough money for LeBron James. So I will say, out of all the teams, besides, maybe him return to Cleveland Cavaliers, which I don't think is going to happen, I do think the Philadelphia 76ers probably have the best chance. Now, if the Lakers decide to go out there and sign Paul George and get some more superstar caliber players, then I can see LeBron James wanting to be a part of that too. But yeah, man, I do like the fit of Philadelphia. I don't think it's the sexiest pick out there, or the sexiest fit, I should say, with him and Ben Simmons, but I feel like those guys will be able to make it work out. Anyway, my friends, thank you all so much for watching. Give me your thoughts in the comment section on some of these rumors. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.